Hello everybody, this is my aunt Zami'Ra Ra continuing our video series on Naazir Ra's book, The Access Codes to Zion, How to Live on the Frequency. And today we are in chapter 5, which is about stretching the mind. And once again, before I start, I just want to give thanks and show my gratitude to everyone who's been supporting me and everyone who's been telling me that these videos have been helping you, because truly this is what I'm doing it for. Although I love to talk and I love to teach and I love to be that light, I'm truly doing this so I can ignite everyone else's soul light, and so that they may do the same thing that we're doing, and that we can all collectively raise the frequencies of this universe. That is my true intention. And I just want to give thanks for everyone who's been following along once again. So with that being said, I'm going to dive right in. Okay, chapter 5, stretching the mind. Individuals and species who are not equipped to survive the earth change will not be here. Basically, they will become extinct. Okay, as the earth environment changes, life form on earth must also change or become extinct. Okay, example, this is why we don't see T-Rexes and dinosaurs and all these other type of animals that used to be here. They are extinct because they are no longer able to evolve and change as the environment did. So it is with humanity. Individuals who are not equipped to survive the earth change or cannot and will not, aka they refuse not to change, will not be here. Before the modern day human, which is Homo sapiens, we are all Homo sapiens. There are more than a dozen human species before us, aka Homo erectus and Homo habilis, like Neanderthals and some of those past humans who kind of look like they came out of the caves. And this is not a debate on whether or not we evolved from some monkeys or anything. This is just plainly spilling facts. Before they were Homo sapiens, they were like the Neanderthals and the Homo erectus. Okay, they were no longer able to adapt and change the way that the earth was changing, so that's why they are no longer here. The ones who weren't able to evolve. Okay, earth is being healed, cleansed, and raised to a higher vibration, meaning we need a higher consciousness and intelligence to prevail. So that means you can no longer hold on to these old belief systems or whatever it is we held on to of the past. It's keeping us down and on these low frequencies. As the earth is changing and evolving, whether we choose to agree with it or believe it or not, there is a huge shift and a huge revelation that is happening. So we need to get on this frequency in order to maintain and evolve. Okay, we must embrace higher consciousness of love, unity, truth, freedom, justice, and equality if we are to participate in this experience of Zion. So in other words, we need to tune into the frequencies of Ma'at, which is universal law, the goddess of love, sharing, justice, and all that great stuff. We need to tune into her if we are wanting to evolve and experience at Zion. Okay, and just to reiterate, I'm saying her just because Ma'at is a feminine energy. It's not at that level. It's no longer him and her. It's masculine and feminine. So because it's feminine, that's why I said her. Just to mention that. Okay, mental and emotional flexibility allows us to adapt to the higher frequencies coming to the planet. Repeat, mental and emotional flexibility allows us to adapt to the higher frequencies coming to this planet. Okay, those who refuse to change will be a relic of the past, like the Neanderthals or the Homo erectus. Okay. And once again, I mentioned in chapter 1 and also in some of my previous videos, cognitive dissonance. You can present these facts to someone. These are the facts. These are why they are facts. And some people will still be holding on so much to whatever it is that they previously believed in that they don't even take it as truth. They don't even care what you say. They are going to believe and hold on to whatever it is that they believed in previously. And you may have heard the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. You can present this information and try to share it with someone, but you can't make them live by it, accept it as their truth, and evolve and transform with it. Understanding that not all fruit of the same tree ripen at the same time, okay? But it's all in the power of planting that seed. Even in church, they used to say, it only takes the faith of a mustard seed, that little tiny, eensy-weensy seed. If we are serious about change and are willing to consciously take responsibility for our growth and evolution, we need to invest in tools and techniques that facilitate that growth. If you remember and recall in chapter 1, The Metaphysics of Zion, I mentioned that this book in itself is a tool, because it's going to give you the tools, it's going to give you the techniques, and it's also going to teach you and allow you how to maintain on this frequency. So unlike a lot of people of the past that I was studying with, they're not just giving this information and basically just throwing it at you and you're like, okay, so what am I supposed to do next? It's going to give you the tools. What do you need? This is why at Hidden Power Wellness you can find a lot of the gold and the platinum and the iridium and the copper and some books and some meditation, all things that are going to help you maintain on this frequency and not just give you this information and with nothing to do with it. So, listening to these videos and watching other videos like it, getting some of this information and the importance of, listening to conscious music, reading conscious books, being around other conscious people, going to events where other people who are on this frequency resides, in itself is a tool, okay? So another example with yoga, I do a lot of yoga, and it's not about literally how big my muscles are, because if you look at my arms, they look pretty scrawny. It's not about, how big your muscles are. It's about the power comes in the stretching. If you stretch before and you warm up your muscles, it'll make it easier and safer anyways to get into, a butterfly. It's so pretty. Okay, warming up your muscles, it's kind of like warming up the engine. It'll make it more easier to get into some of these more abstract poses, and it'll be safer, and you won't hurt yourself. And the same thing goes with your mind. The power is in the stretching your mind. That way your brain can be more malleable and agile and receptive to new information. Not just any information, but righteous information. It'll make you more receptive to it and able to attain and maintain it, okay? In order to be successful, we must master change in our ability to be mentally and spiritually fluid. Okay, so basically we're becoming comfortable being uncomfortable. As information evolves and changes and we get more information and more tools on how to use and accept this information into our life, we can't hold on and be basically residing in this low frequencies of where we have to hold on to this, we have to hold on to these old ways. We don't know anything outside of this other belief. If you continue to grab on and try to pull that up with you, that is eventually going to pull you down, and you won't be as flexible and mentally, flexible and expanded in the way that you need to be more receptive to this information as it pours down and as it basically envelops us, okay? The physical world is only a tiny slither of the vast energy field we have submerged in. If any of you are familiar with astronomy, understanding the vastness of our galaxies, aka the Milky Way, and all that, okay, so if this was the entire, Milky Way, this one little tiny dot, this little minuscule dot would be what we are here. So, and then you really think about it, okay, we are this little tiny dot in this vast universe. You start to really understand, why certain things that you find yourself stressing about are almost, irrelevant. Because it's we are such, vast beings, first of all, that we have the power to tap into, the Akashic records and all these different kind of things. We have the power to do this. Meanwhile, some people are so stressed about, how many calories are in this protein bar. They're so stressed, I can't have that has too many calories. But it's there's so much more things that we could be worrying about and stretching our mind to be receptive to if you only understand that. But those who refuse to change will be a relic of the past, like the Neanderthal or the Homo erectus, which I just mentioned before, which is very true. Okay? Naazir also mentions this technique. For a week, train your eyes to see colors as reflected light, not as colors at all. So, knowing and understanding that what we see anyway is a reflection of light, as it's not what we perceive and see is not actually what it is. So as these different beams of light hits our cones and our rods inside of our eye, it is then projected on the outside of what we see every day. So this is also understanding that in learning to train your mind to see everyone and everything as a projection of your subconscious mind. So now if you're training your mind to see everything and everyone as a projective of your subconscious mind, that gives you the power to know that you control your reality. So everything that you see is a projection of what's here. That means you need to truly tune in within, get into those deep meditations, get learning to control and be conscious during your dreams. Then you'll say, I have the power to change this. So if you're a person who doesn't like what you see on this outside world, what's projected here, that gives you the power to know that you need to tune in, change that, manipulate it to the way that you need it to be, what suits you best. Even though we are all here on this universe, we all live in our own separate universe, which is a projection of our mind. So learning to change that will give us the true power and control that we do already truly hold and resides within us. Understanding the law of correspondence, which was backed in chapter 4, as above, so below. So as everything that's in here, first of all, if you're not conscious of what's in here, you're not going to feel like you have any control of what's out here. But if you're conscious and knowing that everything that's in here you have control of, then, once again, you're truly able to manipulate everything you see on the outside, okay? We need to negate and refute your current beliefs with laughter and be free of any and all mental constraints and inhibitions. So anything that feels like it's constraining you and this is holding you back, that's why you can't truly believe in this. You need to drop it. And it's not, sometimes it seems like it's easier said than done, because I do remember when I first left the church, I went that first Sunday without being in that church, that second Sunday, that third Sunday, I felt lost for a second. I was angry and confused because I truly felt like I heard Jesus speak to me before. And I felt like he's helped me overcome this, he's helped me overcome this. But as I was evolving and becoming aware and becoming conscious of different things, Jesus didn't heal me and save me from anything. Me having that true belief within, understanding that I could overcome anxiety, I could overcome depression, I could overcome anything that was holding me back. Me having that true belief and understanding and believing in myself truly is what got me in. What's got me through everything. It was nothing outside of myself the entire time. It was only some kind of veil that was over my eyes that I didn't even understand anything outside of Jesus being my Lord and Savior. But me evolving and